How's it, guys? Welcome to the second episode of your Nifty Bru running channel. Welcome. Today we're going to discuss when to run and when not to run. So if you have started running, great on you. I would love to know your reasons, your goals, whatever you want to achieve. Please do put it so in the comment box. So today we're going to discuss when we should know when we need to run and when we don't need to run. So to start off, I do hope that you guys have maybe some sort of sports watch that can track your runs, your heart rate, sometimes more so importantly, sleep. Sleep is probably the most important part of any recovery, and it is highly recommended that you do track sleep and everything that goes with running. So yeah, your heart rate's highly important. And basically, to start off, our bodies are like cars. So because our bodies are like cars, you need fuel to run. If you don't have fuel, you don't run properly, your body doesn't recover properly. And that's a lot of problems people have is when to know when they should be running and when they shouldn't be running. I see it a lot where people start running and they get too into it. They go from running 2 kilometers to 10 kilometers, or they don't know when to stop. And I think they're very hard on themselves, where if they don't run, it's like the end of the world. When in actual fact, because I've been coming from a background of running for the last 6 years, your recovery is as important as your runs. If you don't know when to stop, or you don't know when to recover, you don't know when to rest, it can be quite a big thing where you might put your body in a situation where you might get injured. It affects your daily life as well, as most of you probably have full-time jobs. You can't go through the day without feeling tired, exhausted. And that's quite a nice topic that I like to discuss, is when I should be running, when I shouldn't be running. So when you are running, you can see your efforts that you're going through on your watch through your heart rate. Your heart rate is like your fuel indicator. It tells you, hey, you're going well, you're going easy, you're pushing too high. And when you start running, you start learning how your heart rate reacts with your performance. If you are pushing a very hard session, your heart rate will be higher. If you're pushing a low session, your heart rate will be lower. So after every session, you obviously know the effort that you've put in, and the effort that you put in affects how you sleep. So if you have a really, really hard run, you need to be able to sleep well. And if you don't get that sufficient amount of sleep, your body won't recover as it should. And then that only affects the performance the next day. Say, for instance, you did a 5 kilometer time trial. Now, you need to ensure that you've eaten well, you've hydrated well, and you've gotten the right amount of sleep. If that doesn't happen, you'll wake up tomorrow morning, your body won't have recovered like it should have, and that's going to define how you should be running. That's why your watch is quite important. It tracks how you sleep. If you don't sleep well, chances are your body has been battling to recover. Maybe you did have a late night. If you do become a full-time runner, you'll find that early nights are actually a lot better. You can't really go a late night and expect to train for something. So yeah, I just recommend that, you listen to your body. If you wake up and you're sore, stiff, it's obviously a sign that you've pushed too hard, and there's no hard feelings or no hard times done if you decide, okay, I'm going to give today a rest because maybe you went out partying. We all have our normal lives that we live, and it is highly recommended that with every day that you wake up, you tell yourself, okay, I'm feeling good, I slept well, I'm ready to run. And if you do decide to go for a run and you are running and now you see, okay, my heart rate's a lot higher than it should be, then you've done yourself no favors, because the effort is basically 10 times harder than it should have been. And then maybe you need to cut it down. You can walk So it's understanding how your body works with the effort that you put in that is very, very important. And that's my best advice I can give you is listen to your body. If you wake up and you know, okay, I'm sore, I'm stiff, I didn't sleep well, then just take it easy. Give yourself the day to recover, drink well, eat well, and then give it a go in the afternoon. I do a lot of my runs in the afternoon purely because I'm not an early morning person. I find that my sleep is highly, highly important, and I'd rather sleep in a bit than to wake up later. Than to wake up earlier to go for a run. So yeah, guys, that's my best advice. Please do leave comments in the comment section if you've got any questions regarding recovery and when you should be running and when you shouldn't be running. Thank you.